Morning everyone, and welcome to the final day of the 30-day strength challenge. Well done to everyone who's made it this far. Now, I've put a lot of thoughts into how we can finish off the series, and I thought that there's no better way to finish than to finish it how we started, which is to revisit the plank exercise that we did all the way back in day one. So there's a few reasons for this. Firstly, because it targets the core muscles, which are important for pretty much any sport. No matter what sport you do, they are going to be important because they stabilise the whole of the body. And of course, a lot of the exercises that we've done, the common denominator between near enough all of them has been the fact that it's been targeting the core muscles. And also, the plank is good because it's easy to monitor your improvements. So we can start now to take our times from day one and compare them to how long we can hold the plank now to see, hopefully, an improvement. So first of all, I'm just going to show you the technical points just so we can recap on those again. So there's two variations of the plank. So obviously we can do arms straight like so, or we can do the forearm plank. Now again, I don't really mind which one you do at all, just as long as there is a straight line from your shoulders all the way down to your feet. So remember, no bums sticking up in the air like this, because that's just going to switch off your core and your glute engagement as well. So we want to keep our bums down like so and keep that straight line. So the first challenge today is going to be to see how long you can hold the plank position for. Okay, so it's just a time trial to see how long you can hold the regular plank. However, as a secondary challenge afterwards, if you've got energy left, there is also another challenge I want you to do, which is to start varying your planks a little bit. And bear this in mind for the future as well, because actually just holding a plank is quite a basic thing to do, and there's so many different ways we can customize it to make it a bit more challenging. So for example, we can start moving our feet from side to side, like so. We can go in between the two techniques and alternate between them, so straight arm and forearm. We could put some press-ups in every now and then. We could do our mountain climbers, or we could even go all the way back to what we did on day 2 and go and do our glute side plank exercise. So we're going to a side plank and we start lifting and moving that leg. So you could do a few on each side and then switch, do a few on the other side, and then back to center again. So there's so many different ideas that you can come up with. Okay, so that's your first challenge, to hold it for as long as you can, and then secondly to start varying it a bit more as well. Okay, so now we're coming towards the end of the video, but I just want to go through a few closing thoughts with you. So the first one is, of course, just because the 30-day challenge is ending doesn't mean to say that your strength training has to end as well, okay? So it is important to actually carry this on, because if we just leave it at that, and now that the challenge is over, we just leave it, don't do it again, then we're going to lose all the good work that we've done throughout the past month. And of course, it's use it or lose it. So much like if you were to stop running for a month and then come back to it, then you would expect some of your fitness to have gone. So it's the same thing here. And of course, strength and conditioning is an important part of any sport, no matter what it is. So it's important that we carry it on, even if it's just for 10 minutes a day, that little and often, it's still going to be beneficial for you. There's also a few ideas, like for example, you could do these as a circuit. So for instance, you can pick some random exercises out of a hat and decide to do them as a circuit. But also my advice is focus on the ones that you're weaker on, okay? Don't just pick the exercises that you like doing, because it's more important that we focus on our weak areas. Okay, it would also really help me out, and I'll be really appreciative if you can carry on liking, commenting and sharing on my online content. There's going to be more online content to come in the coming weeks, so if you can keep engaging with that, then that will be great. Because like with most businesses, I'm kind of at a standstill at the minute. I can't go out and work, but one thing I can do is build my social media base, okay, and which is of course going to really help me out when it comes to starting work again, because then I'll be able to promote my services much more easily when I've got a higher sort of social media following. If you could even go onto my Facebook page, there is a button to click where you can invite your friends to like the page as well. That's a really good way to start building up followers, so that will be really good if you could do that. And I hope as well that a lot of you will be sort of impressed with the knowledge that you've gained throughout the series, and you will consider booking in to see me once this is all over. So obviously I offer a variety of services, so an initial consultation, assessment, sports massage, gait analysis, sports taping, online workshops. There's a huge variety there, so I hope you'll consider using some of my services in the future. And on a final note, there's also the big prize draw still to come, which is to win an appointment with me at Melton Wellness House worth up to £50. I will be drawing that later on in the summer though. I'm not going to do it now because, as I mentioned before, I want to give people the chance who didn't pick up the challenge straight away, but maybe are starting a bit later on. I want to give them the chance to be involved as well. So I will be announcing the dates of that prize draw in the coming weeks. So thanks for watching, take care, and I hope you all stay safe and well.